I'm back home. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In case you don't know me, my name is Fiona and I'm a visual artist. And on this channel, I like to take you with me on my artistic journey, whether that means working on projects here in my studio, going out to see art exhibits, buying art supplies and sharing my haul with you, artist tips, whenever I may have them, just basically any art related content. So if that sounds like something you're into, please like and subscribe. It's one free click for you, but makes a big difference for my channel, and I would really appreciate it. So we are back home after what feels like a very long time away, and we have some things to catch up on. So I have a matcha, so we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a little chat, and just get you up to date on all of this, because the studio is a bit of a mess, and there's reasons for it because I've been back now for 2 weeks and it's not been cleaned up. But like I said, there's reasons. Okay, let's sit down. Let's talk. Okay, today we were sitting in the big comfy computer chair, not the more aesthetically cute white chair. We get face track happening here. There we go. We're gonna keep this comfy and casual. I have my matcha here from ORQUEAUX. So they just opened a location here in Princeton. They were always a town over in Lawrenceville, but now they have one here, which is good and dangerous for me. But anyway, so yeah, I've been back for 2 weeks and I've been holding off on recording this video because my original plan was to immediately get into prep for Toronto. As you guys may know, if you've watched my previous vlogs before I was in London and France, my plan was to go do the Artist Project, which is an art fair in Toronto, an indoor one, sort of white wall gallery style. And I had been wanting to do it for a long time. I know a lot of reputable artists that have done it that also do other art fair. So I really felt good about it and was very excited and happy to have been accepted into it because I know it's pretty prestigious. I'm going to say it. There it is. So I was like, hey, pat on the back for getting into that. It's not an easy one to get into. So the plan was to come back and start prepping for that because it is happening in early May. Now, as of recording this, the tariff situation has really thrown things awry because I am based in the US and basically there's been some retaliatory tariffs from Canada and it would affect artwork. And I was working specifically with a broker that the art fair employs for international artists like myself. And in the words of the broker, when I explained I'm a British citizen living in the US, going to be driving over the border, not shipping my work, I will be driving with it and bringing whatever doesn't sell back. So I will also be selling it there. He paused and he went, well, this isn't good. So yeah, after several back and forths with the art fair, with their brokers, given the current uncertainty of the tariffs and that being a very much added expense for me, because it's not as if the art fair is going to pay for me to bring my artwork over. They're not going to pay the tariffs for me, and they're currently standing at 25%. I looked into bringing my work and not selling it. So if I were to just go there and to showcase my work, then do I still get tariffed? Yes. I looked at even shipping it because my work was still in London to see if London could ship it directly there somehow. And I would need to provide like basically evidence that the work was not produced here in the States, which I can't do because obviously I have YouTube videos that are already up and existing that you guys can see that I've made it all here in my studio in the US. And it would also be dishonest. So with all of this, I like to keep it on the up and up because you just never know. So I couldn't do that. And yeah, there was a few back and forths and trying to figure out different things because also I've completely paid for my booth. I had an Airbnb booked nearby to stay. Like I've already put quite a bit of money and investment into this. And per my contract with the fair, they could obviously not refund me because we're within a month of it happening. I wouldn't expect them to do that either. So then I even looked at, could a fellow artist take my spot and then they could reimburse me for it potentially. But the fair said that would not work since, they have a whole jurying process. So to just like switch somebody in would not work and it would not be fair to fellow artists. So ultimately, what we all decided is that it is best for me to defer to next year. So I will not be going to Toronto, and I'm very, very sorry that so many of you who are based in Toronto that were excited for me to come will not get to see me this year, but I am going to be there for next year because everything's already paid for. So it's just moving it out a year, and this whole uncertainty with the tariffs will hopefully be figured out. Because that's another piece of the puzzle is that Canada's having an election April 28th, and that's like a week before the fair, and that could completely throw things awry. Because who knows, whoever gets elected might be able to negotiate something and everything could go back to normal, or things could get worse. And I cannot plan around uncertainty. I was being told just to bring my work in, I would have to give them 10 grand up front. And then I could be rebated if I don't sell anything, or if I sell certain things. It was just getting, and this is through the broker. So this isn't just me, throwing numbers out there. So anyway, it was a very complicated and sensitive situation. And obviously I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about it that I will be keeping to myself. But to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. I was really, really looking forward to it and had a lot of plans for it. And as you can see, my work is boxed up behind me still because I was even prepared to just bring it as packaged right into my car, and it was ready to go from London. But now that is not the case. I'm going to be unboxing everything. We can look at my paintings, see how they came out. Hopefully they've, survived. I mean, everything seemed like it was packaged pretty well by the company, so I'm not worried about it. And I also have some ceramics. Some of them have sold since I've been back, but I'll show you what I have left. And I need to update my website with all of this because I was planning on updating it post the artist project. But now that I'm not going, I may as well update my website. And who knows? The silver lining, I guess, is that this gives me an entire year to make new work to potentially show at the artist project. So we'll see. We'll see where my work is at next year. Because from my residency, maybe it'll be collage. Who knows? Who knows what I'll be doing? Or maybe I'll be still showing Super Bloom. I have no idea. I have no idea where things will be at in a year. So that is the update with Toronto. I am not going. Sad, but understandable, and it's for a good reason. And, I just didn't want to put myself or my work at risk given the uncertainty. So the timing of everything has been kind of difficult. And like I said, I was hoping to hold off on making this video so I could tell you guys, hey, guess what? We worked it out and I'm going. But unfortunately, I am not going. But next year, mark your calendars. Next spring, I will be in Toronto for the artist project. We need to try and get settled back into the studio here. The crate arrived, and it was funny. I was not home for that. I was actually out and about, and I get a text from my mother saying, well, the crate is here. And I'm like, wait, what is going on? Because FedEx Logistics was telling me, hey, you need to tell us what material the sculpture in this crate is, or we're shipping it back to London. And I'm going, there's no sculpture. It's just paintings. And they're like, great. so is it made of wood? And I'm going, there's no sculptures. And they keep saying, we need to find out more about your sculpture. And so then I looked in Ibis from the other art fair, and they took care of everything. They're so good. But I didn't get updated tracking from FedEx. So the box just randomly showed up, and my poor mother was like, what do I do with this? So I had her put it in the garage. And then now that I knew that Toronto wasn't happening and all that stuff, Jeremy, who is an absolute star and a hero, came over yesterday, and he took apart the crate, and he actually put it in like loft storage we have in our garage. Like, he was like up on the ladder lifting these pieces of wood and storing it for me so I could have it for the future if needed. And I took all the boxes out, and yeah, they're here. They're here, and we're going to unbox them. And I'm trying to think what else has been going on. Yeah, just life stuff. I mean, it took like a good week and a half to get over the jet lag. And I feel like I'm still on a new schedule. I go to bed super early and wake up super early, but I'm just kind of going with it for now. I also have a complete backlog in terms of my editing. So I've been working on that. And I'm excited to hear what you guys think of all of these videos. It's so funny to be talking about them, and I haven't even made them yet, but I'm very excited to go through all the footage. I think I feel a little bit emotional to look at the residency footage because I'm in like a group chat with everyone from the residency, and we all miss each other. We miss the experience, but we are staying in touch. In fact, one of the folks bought one of my ceramic pieces. I bought a poem from one of the poets, and I bought some prints from another artist. Like, I'm going to have stuff from everybody by the time like the year is over, like as people start producing things and putting it out there. I just know it. I know it. But it was really nice to be in such a nice, supportive group of fellow artists. So shout out to you guys. It's really hard to encapsulate an experience like what I've just been through. And I feel like it's like reverse culture shock coming back. And that's another thing I want to do is like specifically take a day and be like, I'm going to I'm going to take a day and romanticize my life here like I was in ORQUEAUX. So I am going to do that because I think there's definitely a way to bring a bit of that into my daily life here. There is a whole host of other updates that have been going on. I have a public art project that I'm starting. And yeah, I also started a new job. Actually, I can't tell you about that yet. That'll come in a later video. Yeah, can't tell you about that yet. That's going to come in a later video. But it is a biggie, and I will be updating you on it when the right time comes. But yeah, let's fix up the studio. Let's get settled back in and, make this studio functional so I can actually make art again. Let's look at some stuff. So first, ceramics. So this guy, I have to show both cameras. This is hard, recording stuff for the vlog and Instagram at the same time. unbox some paintings. This sounds like multiples are in here. You know, I started doing this thinking this is going to be really cute to do all these painting reveals. But now I'm like, I should leave them wrapped up so I can store them. Fiona, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right. Okay, I just took a moment. What I need to do is unpackage the painting that goes above my bed and the painting that goes in the hallway, because I like those two. The small ones can come out because I think I need to photograph them for the website. But then the rest can stay in their boxes because I could just store them. So there's not really a point in unpackaging them because they're already on the website and don't need to be photographed, I think. And at least if I do that, get the paintings stored away, I can clean the rest of the mess in here. That's the point today, to get this cleaned up, not to update my website. Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan. So I think this is it, the largest one. Maybe just this piece can come off. Yeah, I'm surprised this one hasn't sold yet. So much interest. Maybe I'm just priced too high. That's probably the reality, but I think that's what it's worth. So she's just going to be on the website for that price. And when the right person comes along, they will get it. Okay, hi, I'm back. All the boxes are stored in the basement, but now I just need to clean up the rest of this so I can have space to myself. Okay, tech. We're going over here. This is my sketchbook from when I was traveling. I would love to go through this, but I don't know. So here's my other sketchbook, which you might recognize from the residency. So I feel like this is a to-do item that is going to get put on this shelf. And then I have literally my supplies. So these need to get put away. The paper, I brought that arches all the way there. Made one thing. This is stuff Jeremy brought over for me. So that's also probably a scanning, looking at moment happening later. All my oil pastels. I'm actually excited to keep using these. My Poscas, my brushes, and of course, no studio is complete without this. I have trash in the pockets though. So this is what my ceramics are going to go into after I photograph them. I was gonna try and scrape this palette, but she's just gonna go back on the shelf for now. Got my pencil case overflowing. Jeez. Okay, I have tables again, and I somewhat reorganized things. I got all my materials that I brought in the residency back out, but being on the residency, I was using different materials, and now I want to bring that back into my home practice. So let me just show you what things look like. So first of all, clean table. We love that. I'm going to be setting up with my laptop here to do editing with the window open because it is a beautiful day. I leave this here because I actually use it to prop up my camera on sometimes, as well as for the ceramics. Speaking of, these two things need to be glazed, so this is kind of like to-do project corner here. And then this is going to be for an upcoming video. Well, actually, no. By the time you've seen this, this video will have happened. But yeah, I went shopping in Paris, and this is what I bought. But I haven't recorded the haul yet because when I got back to my hotel, I was leaving to fly back to the States the next day, and I didn't get back till like 8 p.m. that evening, so I didn't have time to record the haul. I had to pack because, yeah, I was off the next morning. So anyway, I have to record the end haul, so by the time this comes out, you'll have seen it. And then over here, so usually I've been keeping paint stuff here and kind of up here as well. And then this has been a few materials that, quite frankly, I haven't been using as much. So I have my oil pastels and wax crayons here, since I use that a lot in the residency. I decided to keep the bigger ones in this little bag just for ease. Then I have some acrylic gouache back there. This is actually for ceramics, so I might move it up to the shelf, but basically all my brushes are here because I always had them up and I was always reaching, so easier access for me. And then I put my ceramic things here, like my tools, because they were over there and I had the clay on the floor, so I've put that up here. So this is like all my clay and my mat for when I hand build. So I will hopefully be doing some hand building. And then this was originally on that bottom shelf, so I've put it over here. It's just stuff I use less, things I use less, my travel, so when I can, my travel pencil case, so I can just grab it. I've put stuff back in here. The Poscas are back here. Here's my little memento from ORQUEAUX. So that's hung up here, as well as some work from some of the other artists. And then, yeah, I've just kind of put this here because this is like a to-do item. But yeah, now I kind of have my space back so I can work in here again. So anyway, that is it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick catch up with you guys, but there is more fun stuff coming. I'm just keeping busy as usual, and there'll be more updates. Lots of stuff going on in my life that I can't wait to tell you about. So stay tuned here. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay well and stay inspired, my friends. Bye.